Good afternoon. Happy, blessed Saturday, everyone. It is December 27th. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight, live from the East Coast. God, the mighty, powerful, divine spirit of all there is, in divine order through divine love. Mind fuel to get it started, right? It is with a grateful heart and appreciation to all that I'm here. Let's go ahead. All 12 zodiac signs. I have the sea oracles as we drown in the sea of love. I also have the Thoth deck. That is a little more hard for people to understand the meanings of that card. So, welcome to the channel. Please believe in yourself, faith, strength, and courage in all you do. Courage and vision is powerful faith. It is you believing, releasing that faith. Something that you're already aware before it comes to pass, you have to release that faith. Faith is without works, has no power. So you must release your affirmations, your prayers. Be in gratitude mode, gives you potency. If you could see somebody that you could help along the way, that will give you more, not only potency, but success in your journey. Help as many people as you can. Focus on helping yourself, of course. And if you see someone along the way that is struggling, if you have any information, any knowledge of something, even a word of wisdom, give it to the person. Okay? That is it. Share some things that you know. Share a story. Can help somebody else. Or it can also save somebody's life. Be mindful. And that's it. Saturday is here. All 12 zodiac signs. We got the sea oracles. And there's some motivation or inspiration or just an affirmation for you guys is today. I'll be talking a little bit about prayer, mindfulness, and calling back your energy. How to say those intentions, those manifestations. It is with a spirit of gratitude and appreciation for you all that I find myself in this oracle. My name is Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight. I have the deck of Thoth. This is the Atlantean priest, teacher of knowledge. So this deck is very important to me. It's very dear to my heart. So I'll explain a little bit about Thoth. Okay. Let's go ahead. This is why I'm using the Sea Oracle. It correlates and it goes in tandem with Thoth's tarot deck. One more, Aries through Pisces. A little affirmation. This is calling back your energy before this year is over, which we almost right there near it. Hey, Adanino. Hi, hey. Adanino. Let's go ahead, Aries through Pisces with the Sea Oracle. Let's see what the Sea Oracle has to say to you. One more. And thank you. All right, here we go. Aries. Thank you. They look beautiful, right? So Aries, decide. All right, before the year is over, decide. There's a path you want to take. May you navigate with purpose, Aries. So there's a time to decide. Do you stay or do you go? Okay, you might live on an island. Okay, there's an island, there's an Atlantic coast. So we have the Atlantic, we have neighborhood, and we have East Coast energy. But anyway, so this energy is, when I get this energy, it says you have purpose on this world, Aries. All right, building your self-confidence. It's what it's all about. So know that you have purpose in this planet. You came here to do something. But when it comes to love, do you stay? Do you go? Do you let this person go? All right. So this is what it's telling you. Hey, Celine Providence. Hello. Welcome. Aries, it's time to decide. All right. We're a few days away from the new year. And so carefully decide, plan what it is that you want, which path you want to, like which way do I go now? All right? So carefully decide here, and may you navigate with purpose, aligning with purpose, letting things unfold with purpose will give you meaning. A lot of us trying to find the meaning of life, you know. Share what makes you special, important. All right, you have so much to offer. Taurus, you have compassion. May you tend to the suffering. May you tend to the suffering. Compassion. May you tend the suffering. So my heart, your energy is all about your heart and how to, the Empress energy. All right, and so there could be a strong pull here, but it goes for me. It's I open my heart freely to give, not only to give but to receive love. Remember the love and the compassion that you extend to others. Make sure that you're giving yourself that same love. All right, because you are ruled by Venus, and the energy is all the protection of the one he or she loves. That's nurturing, that's compassion. That's a non-judgment. The energy here is all about teaching you how to extend ourselves unselfishly to others. There's beauty, there's self-care, there's self-love for ourselves. All right. So she's a germination of an idea before it's ready to be born. So your energy here is going to be radiating warmth, softness, and emotional openness. All right. That's going to show you this is a new and heightened phase. All right. Attracting love rather than chasing it. All right. Make sure you're like flowing water. Hey, Lady Firefox. Hi, sweetie. Hello there, everyone. Oh, good Christmas. We're still in the Christmas spirit. How beautiful. Thank you for extending that beautiful energy. Lightness. Gemini, may the light lift you to the surface. May the light lift you to the surface. So we all know that there's been saying that there's structures underneath our very oceans. All right, and that it's light. There's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of information here. All right, so things that are hidden in the depths of the ocean will come to light. So may this light lift you in the surface to the surface. Okay, there are things that you're going to be finding out about. All right, so your energy is all about resources, right? Because you represent the lovers. Not only that, but the Mercury. But we also represent the magician and the lovers. So today, it's all about you being resourceful. Turning any opportunity into anything into an opportunity. All right. So just turn anything into an opportunity. Anything that you see, maybe you have time for it, and just do it. Using your time wisely, man. Just being resourceful, having the willpower, the intention to do, what it is that you want to do here today. But lightness, so listen, you represent the air energy. You represent the Queen and King of Swords. So today could be a mental stimulation boost, your mind. But I feel like, your mood, engage in activities that spark curiosity, okay? So that's pretty much it. Short 27. Short 27. Let's go ahead. Reflect. May you discern and distill. Cancer. Reflecting in retrospect. May you discern and distill. Like the waters. Waters they distill. They get separated because they, of course, like from the purification process. Like if you have a baby, you're going to give a baby distilled water. All right. And so it does. Especially maybe expecting a baby here, because when this still for me, this still waters, but the stillness and using my discernment. Reflect is all about introspection and retrospect. So I shouldn't have gone there. I shouldn't have said this. We all gonna have going through this. Should I have done that? Should I have said that? Should I let this person back? So maybe this is a time for you to reflect. Maybe we all find ourselves reflecting. Okay, find a quiet moment. Trust your intuitive knowing, Cancer. Okay, so right, and so the reflection for me is that remember that you have your mind is healthy and clear, and your body and your soul will be at peace once you get that out of the way. Let's go ahead to Leo. Leo, clear. May you see things as they are clear. This doesn't show you, right? Because it's kind of blurry, murky waters. All right. You can't really see until it comes up to the surface. All right. So may you see things clear. Hi, Hamid. Hi, Hamid. All right, so Leo, you represent the sun. And today, even if you don't know things are yet clear, or you might not see through what's murky, through what's difficult, to what's on uncertain, any uncertainties, know that, be happy for the things that are clear in your life, things that you can't understand, and today happiness and love will fill your heart and your soul all day, all right? Sometimes we don't have to wait till we get that job or that person to be happy, even if people are not clear with you, all right? So may you see things as clear as they are. Let's go ahead to, I want to put them here. Virgo. Virgo, you got powerful. May you be as potent as the ocean. Look at that. That looks like, well, that is clouds, but it's stillness. All right. So may powerful, may you be as potent as the ocean. So because of the moon's highs and low, the tides, right? Because of the influence that the moon has on over our planet, right? If it wasn't for the moon's orbiting and bringing us to these seasons, bringing the Earth, we wouldn't have these beautiful waters. We wouldn't have life here. It wouldn't be no life here. All right. So understanding your phases and your cycles of the moon will help you to become more potent. Understanding so when the moon goes in your house, heightened intuition, and of course more clear, and it brings you a little more discerning, right? Because Mercury makes you just want to go fast and do things. It's good for making really good decisions, but to be in stillness and to understand, the complexities of a human strangeness. All right. Well, Usana, honey, I'm not gonna give you that. I think you asked me that same question. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't want to end the year with you asking me the same question. I am so sorry. You're gonna ask me the same question, and it'll be the 15th or the 20th. You ask me the same question. Let's go ahead to Libra. Libra heard. May your brave call be carried on the wind. May your brave call be carried on the wind. So it's like I don't know if you've been praying. All right. So we're supposed to create these ripples through the universe. They're supposed to be like the waves of the ocean. All right. So may your brave call, because you made a call here, be carried on the wind. So like we look at the wind it's physical, all right, because you can see it, right? You can see because it moves things. So it's a physical manifestation. So you are wind, you are air, and one of the things about the wind that the atoms that are in there that are fuel, that are full of fire, of energy, of prana, a life force. All right. Remember that your thoughts or your actions are your powerful thoughts. So make sure that you not only like when you set an affirmation, don't only think about it, release it into the air and speak. All right. Let's go ahead to Scorpio. Scorpio, you gotta begin. May you start as if you have already begun. Wow, this is cool. Hey, you said hola, hello, hello. So begin. May you start as if you have already begun. Begin. May you start. Sometimes I got to read a little bit more. As if you already begun. So the end goal here. Okay. So for me, I see the end goal here. So this is being strategic, using your time, focusing on the end goal here. Because it's like yesterday you guys got the seven of wands, and the energy for me is being, instead of waiting to be asked, just do it, right? So like if a team football, you have the offense and defense, all right? They already know they plan. They already know they see themselves over here. But how do I get from here? See yourself over here at the end goal. All right? I have new experiences, so I understand it. All right? So you see yourself as the end goal. So like let's say that you react. Let's say somebody's waiting over here and they waiting to block you because they're on the defense, right? You on the offense. So they're going to try to block you, right? And so what you do is how you overcome that and make it to the other side. I don't know if you understand it or if I'm explaining it from that terminology. Okay? So, all right, we'll go through it slowly but surely. Let's go ahead. Let's move forward with Release. May you lay down your burdens, Sagittarius. Lay down your burdens, release. Capricorn, free. May your soul sing freely, Capricorn. Aquarius, accept. May you receive what it is. Okay, may you receive what is as it comes. So I'm talking about lessons and blessings today. What lessons or blessings? What lessons do you think you learned this year? Because we want the blessings, but we got to understand they come together. They come, the lesson. Sometimes you get the blessing and then you get the lesson, or you get the lesson and then you get the blessing. We must embrace duality. All right. What blessings are you waiting for that haven't come to pass? And what lessons have you learned? Knowing that they come together, you're going to get them. You're going to get the lesson and then you're going to get the blessing. They come together. They cannot be separated. So a little bit of contradictions too, to understand that. All right. We get love, we get hate. I'm going to explain it like this. I love my job. It's like we always look, and these cards talk about looking at the pros and cons every day. Can you hate your job and love it at the same time? All right. There could be some good things about it and there could be some bad things about it. I could love my job and I could hate it. There's things that we love and hate. It goes together. All right. So understanding the duality, our true nature. We are dual in nature. We can't separate it. This is why we sometimes don't really understand. Oh, I'm gonna get the lesson and I'm gonna get the blessing. Always expect the very, very best. But always be prepared. They come in pairs. All right? It comes in pairs. Let's go ahead. And I'm gonna use a lot of contradictions until you really understand it comes together. I didn't know. I said, wow. So I learned the lesson. I got the blessing. But I'm trying to avoid the lesson, so you're not going to get the blessing. So if you haven't had the job, the person that you want, you have to learn you got to learn you're running from it. You're running from it. You keep running from it. You're not going to learn it. And all right. And then you're going to be brought back to it. And then you're going to be like, wow, I should have just stayed. You're getting tested. If people are triggering you, if you know that everything's broken down, it's like when you see the Tower card. All right. Beauty after destruction, after disasters, they happen. All right. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing is to oppress you or to make you feel stuck or small or whatever. We do that on our own. Everything is a catalyst for growth, for a blessing. Forgive. May you let it be. Pisces. Pisces, forgive. Pisces, you in the 12th house. So you represent forgiving the people. You came back to the karma that you had with people left from the past. All right? You came to heal and the problems that you have with others. All right? I don't care if it's a mother, father, sister, brother. Don't say, yeah, I forgive, and then still harboring resentment, anger, and it shows up later on. Oh, but you did, as soon as you said but, it's a done deal. All right? I already did. Aquarius got to accept. Aquarius got to accept. Anything for Aquarius, accept. May you receive what is as it comes, okay? Accept. Look, if you did something really, really good, accept. And if you did something really, really bad, or you don't know that you did bad, or whatever the case may be, accept. It's like if I curse somebody, I'm going to expect somebody to curse me out, or somebody is similar to that. You understand? If it's a gift, you gave somebody a gift, you got to be like, I don't want nothing. It's going to come back to you. This is how the universe works. Accept that may you receive what is as it comes, because it's going to come. Don't say, oh, no, I don't want it. Stop sending your gifts away. If you know, whatever you did, you know you're going to get it back. This is just the way it works. All right? Sometimes you give somebody a gift that's more expensive, and then you might be waiting. Man, I got a gift this cheap. Just accept it. All right? If you didn't expect nothing, I don't want to give anybody, I'm not going to do it. You ain't going to get nothing either. That's it. That's just the way it goes. You might get one gift, because we're talking about the season here. And we're almost a couple of days away. You understand that? If you don't give nothing, no, you can't expect nothing. And people, no, you didn't get into the energy. You didn't get into the spirit. You got to get into the rhythm and flow. You got to have that. You got to flow with the energy, you know? So you didn't do it. What are you accept? Oh, nothing came to because you wasn't expecting it. You didn't give anything. All right. All you did was complain and oh, why it's taking so long. So just don't do that. Favorite type of cake. Favorite type of cake. What's your favorite favorite cake? Pisces, forgive me. You let it be. Pisces, let it be. Don't try to take your own like you have your own definition of justice, and then boom, you got karma. When we try to take the law into our own hands without really understanding the consequences, the ramifications, then oops, oh wow, and then you stay stuck in karma real bad. All right, don't take the law into your own hands. Even by you saying, you know what, they cheated on me, I'm gonna go cheat it on them. They did this to me, I'm gonna go do that to them. Petty. All right, petty, just petty. Just because I could do it, but then guess what? Vanilla. What does that mean, vanilla? Oh, vanilla cake. I'm sorry. I'm like, what? Vanilla. So what blessings and lessons have you learned? If you have learned nothing, what did you learn? So we got trust. All right. Hi, Bella. Chocolate cake. Hey, you suck. 6303 chocolate cake. Jenny Jar. Hi, Bella. Hi, Jenny Jar. Hi, Bella. So you like Bella cake? Oh, that's Bella. Anything for Aquarius. If you didn't give nothing, let me see what Lady Firefox, she said, love the car. Thank you, dear. You're welcome. What car you got again? Oh, I didn't even look. Let me see. Oh, you got begin. May you start as if that's crazy because that was the last one here. Look. May you begin as if may you start as if you have already begun. And then for the collective, which I'm gonna start on Monday, I'm gonna do just collectively because I want to understand. I'm gonna bring the whole wheel so we can understand each other a little bit better. Soothe everybody. May you settle gently, even as the waves breaks above. Settle gently. The brakes. We're gonna get tested. All right. Let those heavens are gonna break loose. The waters are gonna break loose. We must ride the waves. If not, either the cycles of time that could either trap us or free us. All right. Knowing that we are learning lessons every day. If people are triggering you, they're just teaching you something. That's all. But if you say they fight when you don't even know, oh wow, yeah, I'm being tested. I gotta be calm. All right. 9 times out of 10, that's what's happening. You're getting tested. You don't even know it. So just remain calm, still. If you don't have nothing to say, if you don't have the words to discern, if you're reckless with your words. I know I was here yesterday, and I got checked. Yeah, as soon as I left, I got checked. Oh, yes, I did. I got checked. Yeah, I did. I was cussing up. Cut up. And you know better. I got checked real quick. Yeah, I got checked, child. I got checked, yeah. So, right? And so, yeah. Mist will break, love will return. Misty, begin with the bridge. How you see, I like that because this is all your perspective. Your card is from your perspective, right? The bridge is already built. All right. Oh, you like strawberry shortcake, Celine? Providence 662. I always pick up the last numbers. I look at the front of your name, but if I don't get it right, I don't grab it right away, then I go to Providence 662. I love it, and I stick with that. That'll just give me that's for me. It depending on the vibration. I get a real strong vibration, or I get a real low vibration, depending on the name. So this is a high vibration energy. So you like strawberry chocolate cake? We got strawberry, we got vanilla. All right. So this is all about the seed. Remember that, of course, we are those seeds. Our body is made out of. One of the ways to ground is to water, submerge yourself. Our body is 72, 75%, whatever. However, how much water, right? So drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, and then looking underneath our oceans. There's so much to discover yet. There was life 20 years ago that now is life on the depths of the ocean that weren't there before. 20 years ago, they went the same space, the same place, and now there's still life down there. So where do they come from? The bottom line is, where are we getting this? I like to ask questions. All right, I ask questions. I ask a lot of questions. So we have Thoth. How many of you know Thoth? 75%. Yeah, some people say 72. So, and you know our water, our and how deep our connection to the earth is because iron, our blood is red because of the iron and the electromagnetics, and of course our connection to the iron. This is, we basically we are all the elements. We are the whole periodic table. All right. And so anyway, Thoth, how many of you guys know Thoth, the Atlantean priest? All right. The teacher of the mysteries. One of my masters, Jeshua. Connection to the mystery. There's a lot of mystery here. Let's go ahead. Ooh wee. All right. So this year going in with a little more prayer, pray, ask, seek. All right. This is my first time using them here. And so, yeah, pray that you may enjoy, pray for good health and that all goes well, not for only you, for others. And here I pray that the divine, the heart of the divine, okay, gives you the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Heals the heartbroken, binds up your wounds, right? And just little praise like that, Let's go ahead. Oh, shoot. Oh, whoa. The Knight of Pentacles. So I haven't really looked at this. I haven't really looked at these. I haven't really looked at these. Is that a beetle? You see that? What do you see you see a beetle right there, right? You see a beetle? So the beetles, they were seen as of course these insects, they were known to have cosmic power. Basically a lot of the gods would disguise themselves as these the beetles. It looked like a beetle. Right? Does it look like a beetle? What is it? I really never looked at this one. What does he got there? Who said that? Deep Kumaru Rider 9791. I have been searching for a partner bit, haven't found her yet. You haven't found one yet? You got a question? You have a question? Yeah, these are these are more into the, what is it called again? Damn it, I forgot the name of it. I'm using them and I forgot the Kabbalah. Yeah, these are deep. These are more with the Kabbalistic. The Queen of Cups. So I'm going to put them back. I'm going to put these back. Yeah. The only thing about it, right, is that it's giving you a lot of deep spiritual knowledge. Because if we look at the sea creatures or the mermaids, a lot of things that I don't talk about here, mermaids and these mythological creatures, right? Yeah, but they talk about mythological creature and your spirit guide. So let's say you call on spirit, just like the Dagon tribe. You got to understand the tribes. A lot of our ancestors would call on these spirits, and they were the one that provided with information, with knowledge. So a lot of water people or water energy, they got to understand the mystery, the depths of the ocean. a lot of our spirit guides or the people, come from the bottoms of the ocean. All right, these are then. Well, they say mythological. Are they myth? All right, so you got, of course, what is that one of the goddess? Not Venus, who was born from a form of the sea. Not those little half mermaid, half man. So there's a lot of death, and the only reason why, one of the reasons why, I just want to see if I can pick up your energy, and I pick it up. I pick it up. It doesn't really matter what card I get. It is energy's energy. It's consciousness moving consciousness. And one of the things that I know is that because consciousness, mathematics evolved through consciousness, we cannot describe consciousness through mathematics. Okay? It's like a feeling, like a pain. You know that you're conscious. You feel the pain. You feel the love. This is one of the sides of consciousness, right? We know it because we're conscious, all right? This is how, of course, from the simple single cell organism, all right, from the sponges, the coral reefs that created the coral reefs, okay, except I just had a whole bunch of coconut cake. Hey, David Carter, how you doing? All right, but anyway, these are deep. These a lot of them I feel with a lot of the god and goddesses and the spirit that our ancestors, a lot of our tribe ancestry used to call on these spirits. All right, so I try to correct people and this is what a lot of them represent. So I try to correct people because remember, it's an exchange of energy. So you got to be careful. If you mean spirit, you got to be like, know exactly what you're calling upon. That I just want to make that point before we move it into the new year. If not, I will correct you. So look at the tribes. Look how our ancestors used to call. They used to call on their spirits, and a lot of the 9 out of the 10 times, right? This is who they were calling on. All right, and I'm gonna start with the Queen of Cups anyway. Hopefully, Monday I'll be talking about the Queen of Cups and the spirits. What are the spirits of the land, the spirits of the water? What do they want you to do? What do they want you to know? When I say source, I'm talking about the most powerful divine spirit of all there is, who enlivens and animates all things. That's for me the source. So since nobody knows what it looks like, can nobody say it? Then I call it old names. We call it God because old names are it. Okay? However you understand God to be in your life. Yeah, they are powerful deities. There's different demigods and things like that. However you understand. So just be mindful. Just a little things to be mindful moving into the new year. Besides that, that's it, Pray, connect, ask for guidance. All right, be careful. Spirit told me this. Spirit's gonna tell me, man. Anyway, I'm done. I just always like to throw a little bit of something. Okay. And there's a lot of things. There was a lot of ways, that people try to help you understand your divine, your true nature, your soul's path. Where are you heading after this lifetime? All right, to really get to really know the truth, calling on this, traveling, doing all this stuff, letting your consciousness and get caught up in another realm. You the hell up there. Well, you're up there. You're up there, right? But you're here. You're physically here. You're operating more from, how to not to lose the balance between that realm that you belong to, that you go one day to, in which star system, and this physical incarnation. Because I'm here, but I'm up there. And that's it's really hard for people to wrap their mind around that. I'm here, but I'm up there. And so really to understand that, it's really hard for me to explain that to people. And it's very important as you move into the new year, knowing that you leave things, you leave your mark around, all right, and really to call your energy back, all right. Call out the energy that belongs to you. Release the one that does not belong. Call your energy, all your power, all your magic, all your abundance for more lifetime times, as realms, dimensions, people, places, and things. Anything that has been taken from you, consciously or unconsciously, all right. That shit, it must see. I almost cursed. It must be cleansed, healed, and returned to you immediately. You have to learn how to create those ripples every day. I was living this for the end of the year. A lot of times we do it. A lot of times we accept things and we don't know that we accept them, and that keeps you trapped. That or the way people see you. If you think, I'm going to worry about what they see me, then that's what keeping you trapped. 9 out of 10 times, worry about how the people see you, what other people think of you, and you forever be their prisoner. So anything that has been given to you, not for your highest good, must be returned and must be healed and cleansed. So just learn that. Just little things like that you gotta learn how to do. You gotta learn how to destroy. You gotta learn how to destroy. You gotta learn how to burn. You gotta learn how to bind anything that is not for your highest good. Don't make any kind of quick, yeah, I agree, or yay. That's what spirit, yay, yay. When we understand the law of respondence and abundance, all right, and it requires equal give and take. It's like you're gonna give somebody something, right? And so yeah, that's it. Anybody has a question? I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. I am gonna hold a little bit for later on. Just be mindful of who you're calling on, because these cards represent a lot of different spirits, and that's it. That's just want to bring that to your attention. All right, and I'm gonna start with the under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Nobody has a question? All right. The heart of the divine is where you want to be. In divine order through divine love. The heart of the divine, that is what you are part of. The force of love, this incredible luminous intelligence, this cosmic fuel. I mean, because you look at the cosmos, so we are that energy. You understand? Nobody has a question. I'll be right back. Uh, Under the sea. I'm ready for questions. If not, I'm going to go ahead with some affirmations that you could do. Some affirmations that you could do. And then you guys might meet me in my room. I might go there and do a live from my room. Um, I'm going to call it After Dark. Any questions? Because my back is done. My back is taking a little toll on me. So yeah, so I'll be in my room. Yeah. So you guys could hang with me there. If you have any questions, you just want to chit chat. If you have a question, go ahead. Or favorite type of cake. He said, David Carter said, I like all cake except coconut. I don't know what these cards mean. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't see. Because we stuck with those little cute cards. We're stuck with the little cute design. The cute design. I don't have no cute designs. Everything I have is this, that, or Thoth. I mean, the Pope Tarot. All right. That's it. I don't have those cute. I used to have the cute cards. Yeah. It's good to live in that fantasy. It's okay. I mean, it's not so bad. All right. So, I guess I'll be back. Nobody has a question. I am out of here. Olito. Love the light angels. You like it? The color, they are different. Yeah, I just put the lights. Hey, mouse. What is that, mouse? Mouse one. Yeah, that's a limited time. that's a, I try to let them last until Angel. I want to do some Angel shorts. Under the sea. All right, let me get out of that energy. Yeah, they deep. All right, I have searching for a partner. Cool. Radija. All right, who's here? Who has a question? If not, I guess I'm out of here. I'll be back mañana, tomorrow. Under the sea. I'm just gonna be doing a lot of shorts and inspiration. Under the sea. Candy cane. All right, let me see which energy we want to talk about real quick. Nobody has a question, so let me go ahead with which energy is moving around before the year is over. One more. I'm going to see 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. This is it. 4 swords. So money, school, esoteric. All right. So we got a Hierophant. The Hierophant, because this is to be still, right? Because this, see, the Hierophant represents, it's not like what you think it was from back in the days. All right. So we're not strangers here. We've been here before. All right. You're not a stranger on this planet. The thing is that you've forgotten. So we go into the state of atrophy. All right. So those swords represents knowledge, wisdom, but then it's all about action. So wisdom is it's all about taking action to the knowledge and understanding from, or even finding the keys. But the arts are going to persist that we find the keys that were lost, that were buried underneath. All right, in the tomb, because he's on top of a table, a tomb, or right. So this is your higher self, or your angels, or your saints, if you expect miracles. But then this goes deeper into when we get into this relaxed state, right? We get it instantaneously. We get these messages, right, from our higher self or from our angels, right, from the spirit realms, which is high levels of consciousness. But to be really still, moments of insight, you get them a lot of times when we're laying down, when we're reflecting, when we sleep in our dreams, trusting our dreams. All right. Because this energy is all about me, right? Either teaching, learning, first learn and then teach. But it goes way beyond because this represents the 5. And the 5 is all about, in some Platonic and in some Pythagorean, it represents the 5 represents freedom, change. It represents curiosity, represents marriage. It's the 5. The 5, of course, it's a prime number, but it's a number of freedom, for the 5. So whether you're trying to do something honest here, working hard, hard time to sleep, or whatever the case may be, but learning how to be real still, right? A moment of insight, you know, to be really still and let life happen. You know, a quiet reflection on stillness is the counterpoint. Because your counterpart, this is you. This is not somebody else. This is your counterpart. Your counterpart here, right? And a lot of people don't understand this. So if there's two people here, it's great that you can learn. Your counterpart may have accepted, all right? Because our dual nature, we have both masculine and feminine, understanding the balance of these polarities, all right? Understanding the law of gender, that we all have masculine and feminine energy, but we have our counterpart, all right? And sometimes our counterpart will choose, right, to believe in something, all right? Unconsciously, subconsciously, right? Consciously, we know things, right? Well, we know the things that make us happy and the things how to succeed and how to, you know, we overextend, we overstretch, we overgive, right? We overexplain, whatever you're going through. So understanding your counterpart probably accepted some things and held on to those beliefs, whether it's subconsciously, right? But if it knew the power that it has, because we come with powers, but these powers were buried underneath, right over underneath the Vatican, the Pope. There are things. What you call religion was not that religion of that. The religion has always been part of our lives. Period. That the end, right? But there were a lot of things that were hidden from us, and we unearthing that. It's coming up to the front now. All right. So when we addicted to a word of speed and constant reaction, right, and to reframe stillness here, that is not an inaction, but it's an awareness to trust and inner clarity. All right. So exploring pausing here. All right. So you want to pause because right now in modern life and work, right, in our own journey here, it's going to give you more depth and more credibility to things that you resonate. What words are you using? All right. There are some sentences that are not going to rush to impress here. All right. Whether it's from this person, be like, I don't think that, you know, maybe marriage is not for your person. Maybe they've been married. You know, marriage is a commitment. It's a lifelong journey of learning about the other person. All right. But when you get married and they say, well, you can't get married again if your partner does or if you get divorced. I hear so many different, put in more rules because this is all about rules, rituals, programs. You got to get to that grade to get to this grade to get to that course and then got to follow this. And a lot of people say, man, I'm going to go find my own way. I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to free myself. All right. Because unconsciously, your counterpart, the other side of you, right, accepted some beliefs or there's some things that are not going to work for you. All right. There are rules. There are things that I know to be true because, like, wow, you know, but so what to really believe anyway? All right. So there are some sentences that's going to come because this is all about the way I process information, what is given to me, what I believe, having my own experiences, right? But they're going to arrive quietly. They're going to sit beside you, and it's here, all right? And they slowly going to unfold with meaning in your life here. And then when you really truly be awake, right? So the reflection on stillness belongs to that of there's a rare category because like I said again, we are so addicted to speed and constant reaction. So that's one of our things. All right. So this card notes, you know, so it's good to reflect, right? And then things gonna arrive slowly and quietly. They're gonna sit right beside you. And you're not gonna know what it is, you know? And so in a world that's trained with applause, yay, noise, constant reaction, right? This is a softer entry point here, okay? Into wisdom, because wisdom is all about action. We take the understanding and the knowledge and we apply it. And we don't, do we follow religious leaders? Do we just learn and then teach and then look at from our perspective, from our point of view? Because we have that right, right, to freedom to choose to express ourselves, right? But yeah. So the invitation is not there, is there, right? This is gonna invite you readers or watchers not to do more, all right, but to pause, right? And in that pause, that more deeply pause that you get here, it can become because you know, stillness can become very radiant. We don't think it can, but it is. And in that stillness, this is where you're gonna hear the voice, the inner, your inner self, your to the core. You know, you're gonna understand things You're right, but you have to be consistent. All right, and understand that there are a lot of things that we don't understand. Those delay arrivals that happen. All right, they they start to carry a sense of reassurance rather than right than stardom, because a lot of us we want stardom. Okay, it does not rush here because there's some things that have to be changed here too, from our perspective. All right. So what, however you understand your life to be, right? So look, at the end of the day, this is going to remind us that clarity is not always found in searching harder. All right. And so you got to tell yourself, standing long enough. I'm gonna stand long enough still. Even things that are really hard to understand, because the universe, God, the heart of the divine is gonna deliver these things to me, right? Learning to become more synonymous with composure, gravity, and a calm authority, right? That's what the devil represents for in the good side. It's good and bad to everything. All right, with composure, gravity, calm, authority. Okay, it must be rooted in patience. All right, moral steadiness, wisdom. Okay, whether you're a mentor, whether you're a guide, or a quiet observer of human struggle. So this is always going to remind you that growth does not follow a single timeline. This doesn't work like that. All right. So however you understand your life, however your reflection is, lemon. Okay. So listen, whether you're acting, however you want to do, because you know, you can be a performer here. You need your voice to sing. You want to do something at a church. You want to do something in an institution. You might work at a bank. I mean, this could take you wherever. This is just being humble and doing the things that require any projects. If you're exploring space, history, your faith, your reflection, anything that makes you comfortable here. Questioning and patience is necessary. Okay. So yeah, but for me, it's having more consistency and preference for substance over a spectacle, public speaking, and social issues. You understand? Our environmental, our concerns with politics and the government. You understand? So just a little bit of understanding. All right, if you want to be this crafting or storytelling, because we are storytellers, right? We all have a story to tell. All right, your approach should, at the end of the day, is to remain thoughtful, right? uh, Rather than to be performative. Okay, so you got to understand at the deepest level, you are this incredible. You're full of magic. You're full of light, and to understand, I gotta sit in stillness. Do I follow religious beliefs? All right, there's things that I don't understand. When I don't understand, do I ask questions? Ask those stupid questions. All right, huh? That's all we got is just a story, not history. Exactly, right? And so you got to understand when these cards are really, really deep, to understand the those pillars of strength here. However you understand those, right? Those structures that held these organizations, that you are that because you hold these. Listen, if we don't give the money, right? If we don't give money to these religious groups, organizations, they're not going to have a foot to stand. So if we take our power back and we say, you know what, I don't believe in this. That's why a lot of people say it's good. So everything got is good and bad. Do you hate religion? Do you hate the church? Can you love the church and hate it? Do you have questions? Ask those questions. Yeah, and that's all we'll have. Our experience. We all take our experiences. So it's very important to practice stillness. All right. And when you do that, you could become radiant, you could elevate, you could further your education. Remember the quiet thought, the confidence, you know. And so when someone is really grounded in themselves, right? Stillness is gently. It refrains the source of the inner part, the light of you, rather than what? Okay, action. All right. So anyway, modern. We want action, yeah. Competence. I want to work hard. Well, you don't really have to. All right. Yeah, work. Do your 9 to 5, but always try to find time to pause. A lot of times we say, "Oh, if I pause, I'm not active. I gotta do. I gotta do. I gotta do." And a lot of times it's not. You don't have to. I'm sorry. I mean, that's from my personal experience. You could go ahead and work 12, 15 hours, 18 hours, and have time for anything else. So, but that's up to you. All right. When you're dealing with the spiritual realm And the vastness of the universe, it can be explained through mathematically because it's evolved through that, right? Mathematics evolved through that. So for me as a reader, I'm not going to be able to explain to you in that way. So that's why a lot of times I don't use a lot of numbers. When I get it, I get it. When I don't get it, all right. So understand that everybody works different. All right. So there's levels of consciousness. We vibrate. We live in a vibration. There are certain frequencies, and you have your own, and you connect to that frequency. You do that more. You get more knowledge, right? Then you start getting the understanding. Then you start, oh, but you have to have your experience. All right. So remember that a lot of the times that we have, because if you look at many professionals, they burn out not from lack of ability, but from lack of what? Of person in their personal life. Stillness gonna allow you to settle those emotions without judgment. It creates room for observing patterns instead of being trapped inside them. All right. So really understand how calm after moments of calm that you can be more responsive, more thoughtful, less reactive, more aligned with long-term well-being. All right. So important. It's really important. This is used to sharpen, right? Because stillness is going to sharpen you to listen more than to speak. It's going to sharpen your mind because you want that to be sharpened. All right. So yeah, understand this, and I'm going to be talking a lot about that when you see this card, and how instantaneously through a packed thought form of consciousness, right? You get these instant messages, you get instant connection. But when you're actively working, searching for answers, going here, going there, what should I do? That's why I said you got to trust and believe in yourself, have faith, because you already know the answers, and you got to release it without worry. Let's say I'm praying here, and sometimes I pray loud or I affirm things. I wait till a decent time, of course. I'm not going to be shouting at 2 or 3 in the morning, but I release it. I send those ripples. I got to create that wave. It's like sound waves. It's like mystical. It's scintillating. And you're part of it, and you're like, oh, swear, I just thought about that. Look at that. Or you just get the answer. You'll be blown away. All right? And so just understand that, make that effort. All right? Doing moments of quietness. Remember this observation. Gently change your words, right? Find, because like if you come from a different country, how to get culturized here, how to acclimate a little bit more into a new environment while keeping your beliefs, right? The way that marriage or fixed marriage or arranged marriage, all right? And so I get a lot of people here that come and ask me the same questions, all right? And that's unhealthy, listen, if you're in a different country and you come and asking questions, the system runs a little bit different. You guys are going to have to work 10 times harder because you're going to seem like this rebel. You're going through this rebellion stage right now where you want to make your mark, where you want to be free from this the beliefs. I want to marry somebody different. This is why they're in the Pythagoras and the Platonic, right? And this was number 5 was deemed as marriage. But this energy gets bored. I want to be free. I want to be even if you're in a relationship with somebody, knowing that they got their own thing, they come in, they soul, they have something left undone. We all been married to somebody from the past. First, oh wait, I don't understand that. Really? That's hard for people to get. Oh my, this person's been married, or the person remembers a heritage that I share. So when it looks at somebody, wait a minute, I know you. Yo, that's bugged out. I know you. They feel, and then they can't let it go. You're right. So you got to think about this just a little bit. You don't want to be obsessed with it, right? You want to be able to live a good life, all right? So basically, in this age shaped by notifications, endless opinions, and of course, choosing stillness is going to be quite an act of resistance, okay? And it's going to restore agency here, which is this what it shows. But you're going to have to learn how to. It's time to make that decision here, all right? So instead of being frantic during these moments that are uncertainty, because uncertainty, even if anything changes here, but understanding that the keys to the things that we don't really know that support, the magical arts are still going to persist for us to uncover. There's a lot of things that we're uncovering, and it's still going to, as we move forward with our modern day life, with, of course, AI, there's going to be a ton of information in this age of Aquarius. But understanding the religious beliefs, all right, understanding the cross, uh, and one for me, it could represent an airplane. It could represent wings of birds. You know, what did our ancestors knew back in those mountains, right? In the jungles, in the forests. What did they see? What did they worship? There are things that they know that they hid it and they created their own rules. Why did this happen? Nobody knows. All right. So understand that this is not the same esoteric. Well, this represents esoteric information. All right, we made it into our own thing, of course. But this, so of course, if you in this, there's something hidden. They're hiding some truths for you. Either this person is married, you're dealing with a married person. This person doesn't want to get married. This person wants freedom. Listen, once you're in a relationship, a lot of times you get the fool. You're gonna have to go through that. So really, when you sit down with your person and talk to them about commitment, what does commitment and then what your freedom in a relationship brings you? A freedom in a relationship is not going to bring you a chance. Let me just go and continue to live like I'm single. All right? That's not what freedom in a relationship. Freedom in a relationship is to find the things that make you happy while still being in a relationship. Your hobbies, the things that you like to do. If you like to go golf with your buddies, it's a healthy way. Now, it's not going to go and date somebody or have another whole relationship. That's not what being free in a relationship represents, you know? Commitment requires effort, strength, all right? All right? You say, yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship. Yeah, and so you let the person know, all right? You already put it, Dino. Dino, you already put it. I read it. If you're not ready for a relationship, all right, because then once you get here, there are changes. There are beliefs. Well, listen, I don't want to get married because that's not my belief. My parents were never married, and they did just fine. There's too much deceit and deceiving going on. I can't get into a relationship right now. All right? So that's good. All right? And if that's how you feel, you just communicate to the person. Listen, right now, I'm in the Nine of Cups. You know, I like to, because this is what it shows. You know, when a person is emotionally fulfilled by life, they could do the things. They could go to sleep whatever time they want. They could eat whatever they want. They could drink whatever they want. They got their own car. They got their own money, right? They happy, right? The blue here represents higher vibrations. The red represents very a connection to earth, right? Because the red represents lower frequency, lower vibrations, right? It doesn't represent what you think it does, but the things that make you happy, right? You have to reach a level of awareness here. But it represents things that are gonna go well on earth, right? You're alone, you're happy, you dress well, you look good. You know, can nobody tell you anything. All right. So in a world with so much deceit, you know, whether you put yourself look the same way you're thinking, I think there should be a group. My purpose here, every time somebody comes in, they bring something new here. There's so much, everybody's thinking the same thing. There's too much deceit and deceiving going on, and I can't get into it. These are the things that you got to conversate about. And because we idealize, yeah, let's move forward. And we're supposed to. Some of us supposed to go that way. You know, if it's not chaotic, if it's not, yeah, we don't do it. But now if you're in that age, what are you, about 30, 35? How old are you, Dino? All right, you're about 30, 35, 40, 50, something like that. People that, you know, or you never been at, you know that, you know, you're going to run into some situations that are going to be not so comfortable. All right, but you have this conversation here. So you just gave me a good way to come in and ask people that compare your stories. Deceit and deceiving. You know, where we all thinking this, now I might get deceived. You know, where are you? One 9 out of 10 times he's gone, he left. 9 out of 10 times it's money. We all in the first understand the state of survival. Okay, that alone. One of the things, and the security. We all want security. They've been torturing you for 40. How old are you? 47? Or you're a little older? You can't be tortured for 47 years. Take away 15, 18 years out of that. You're 47. Well, they've been torturing me. Well, then where you've been at? All right? Remember, we waste so much time. My thing is moving forward. Stop wasting time. Oh, he's back. Stop wasting time. All right? It's time to cleanse your genetic memory so you don't get caught up in this. You don't become cyclical, repeating the same patterns and not changing your genetic. Everything we are influenced by our genetics first. This is what they call the generational curse. All right. It's not that. It's we adapt the same habits and the shit that potty mouth. And the stuff that we brought up with. We've been indoctrinized with so much. See, this is clearing the subconscious mind. This is a good time because then you reprogram your subconscious mind. You feed in new information. All right. You connect more to the spiritual realm. How to have that balance between the spiritual realm, which is a lot of information, outside a lot of light between. So you coexist here in this physical world. So we go between that, and then we say to ourselves, wow, you understand? Can you tell me what I've been through in my life? Listen, I don't do pity party, but I could tell you because you gotta connect to a field, knowing that you're not alone. This is don't isolate yourself. You're not alone. You're not alone. It's hard for us to have our own individual experience. Oh man, I gotta worry about you. I'm connected to to this field. At least understand that. All right, let's go ahead. A lot of time it goes like that. I don't know. Sometimes it happens. I didn't put what's the T. Before the year is over, what lessons and blessings? You got the lesson. Now you get the blessing. Know that you're getting that blessing is coming. Let me see. What can you tell me what I've been through? Well, let's find out here. Remember that you get the lesson. Don't run away. You gotta learn lessons. You gotta come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. You want the big blessing. You want the miracle. You want the breakthrough. You have to take the lesson. They go together. It's like up and down. It's like hot and wet. You're having the experience, your body, your senses. You got to learn what it feels. We don't know what the heck it feels like. From a state of perfection, we come from this perfect, beautiful universe, which everything is love, pure. Here, we got to experience the stuff. You deal with it. Clean some of your elements. There's 5, but there only 4 need cleansing. So understanding that. All right? And you do it in an instant. You could do it in an instant. All right? You do it in an instant and you just keep working on it. Here we go. One more. Let me see what you've been through. I was shown the 8 of Swords. I don't know if you've been in the army, you've been shot, or you've been in prison. You got mistaken identity. All right? You've been in prison, or you've been in the army, or you got PSTD, you got shot, you lost a leg. What have you been through when you get the 8 of Swords? All right? The Empress. The World. Oh. What is this here? You almost lost your life? That came back out. What happened here? Because the World is a card of funerals. I don't know if you lost parents, a lot of family member here. But this is a world of either, because we could go between fame. He's not here now. All right? We got fame and we got fortune. We're going to experience both. Because we live, we die. All right? So what happened here? All right, he's not. He left, right? This is a sash. The sash is worn for mourning. All right? Or preparations of funeral, but it's also worn for black bachelorette parties. I don't know if you got left at the altar. I don't know if you got backstab, betrayed. We all have the experience. We all. Huh? Yeah, it's only one person here. He left. So we all been betrayed. We all been, listen, one of the things I could say to you, I don't know if you lost in battle here, all right? Or lost a lot of friends or mother or, there's a lot here. So the thing here is that the way you can help more people here and you get more potency and success in life is help as many people to make it to the top, all right? It gives you more success and more potency for the future. Help yourself. Focus on helping yourself, and then focus on helping others as you make it to the top. All right? It doesn't matter. Don't feel like, oh, I'm not going to help just in case they get it or they stealing something from them. Whatever's yours is nobody going to steal it. We are told to fight each other to talk crap because we get so driven by war. We are so driven by drama. We are so driven by that energy. All right. So we told, go talk crap about that person. We are told to put our reckless words away, all right, and to use our discernment. And discernment is the ability to judge well, all right, and to tell, falsehood from foolishness, all right. It's given us through the Holy Spirit, all right, and that's a connection to divinity, all right. Oh, you like German chocolate? All right. So of course, we limit that identity. When we limit, I'm gonna say this again. I can never leave. One of the things that I learned is we limit our identity to, right, because when we feel like we're the most important person in the world, when we get attached to worldly things, do not be attached to nothing of this world. You take nothing, all right, and your magic, right? The things that you learn here, especially if you're doing esoteric, your magic, your graduation. So the magic that you carry right now, it's not a single of graduation here, because you're going to be able to work in other dimensions. All right. You take the experience. You don't take nothing. So don't hang on to the things of the world. All right. See you passing through your journey. You don't take nothing. Well, of course, we always say that lemon cake. Oh, I like lemon cake. So we limit our identity to the 5, 6, and people, 4 people in our world, right? And then we say we curse. Our identity becomes a curse. Potency becomes a curse. Family becomes a curse. Our dreams. Hey, I'm cursed. No, you're not. You just limit your identity. And so this is self-destructive. So we create tools, right, which goes into gossip and which is self-destructive at first, and then after that we build weapons for the military to fight. All right. So that's what's bringing us freedom. These are 4 animals what John sees in the Bible. And yeah, and I like that you said that. All right, yeah. We got the 4. So we look at the 4 sentient beings. But yeah, you just in the beginning. You keep going. I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil it for you. Keep reading. Keep reading. You need 2 years. All right. You need a little bit more. Those are the 4 animals. Those are the ones that are in the chariot. The ones that turn. I want you to comment a little bit more on that. You got it. You get there. I know it's a character. No. Ooh, when you find out what these are, you'll be blown away. I'm saving a lot of stuff here. All right, so listen, it says don't be attached to the world. Be careful not to let pride and overconfidence be the masters. All right. Remember that this is not your home. Remember that you're not a stranger here, that you're just passing through. All right. Hey, Terry. And that don't attach. Look, she got the whole world attached. She's attached to the things of the world. She's carrying the world. And remember that you're not responsible for everybody. All right. But this has a lot of different things. So we got the 4 sentient beings, right, who are in charge of the domain. All right. From all the corners of the earth. All right. So we look at these sentient beings, but when we look at them, I'm going to give you a little something because I don't like to hold. It's hard for me. When you comment, I'm going to go in it. So we have the gods that were, if you look at the Bible, when you read the Bible, you understand the war that they have in the heavens and our creation here on earth. So if you say, well, they put us on this earth and they created us from the materials that were already here. All right. So if you look at our primates, right, if you look at the Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, who was here, or even the Neanderthal. So when you look at that, you look at the 4. They used to, one of the things about the otherworldly beings, and I'm going to say like that so people don't get uncomfortable. Otherworldly beings from otherworldly spaces, right? They would shapeshift, all right, hybrid, these hybrid animals, because we have hybrid, whether you understand it or not. I gotta be careful what I say. So they will use the animals, all right. This is why the bull, the lion, and then you got of course the man, all right. And this is the representation of Jesus. You understand me? Yes, God. So the Elohim, other words, the order. All right. So we got I forgot the 4 pantheons. These are the pantheons. These are the ones that were in rulership of the earth. All right. So when you understand this a little bit better. So now in Pisces, in the age of Pisces that we already gone already for the last 10 years, maybe. We have, they say, you know what, we're going to stop appearing to them because we come from the bird clan. So if you look at the birds are so significant when it comes to our connection to these sentient beings from the land animals, right, on the earth. So the otherworldly beings will disguise themselves as these right? They were the ones that were in, so these are the four pantheons. They were the ones that were in charge of that tribe, all right? The ones that bring them a lot of the knowledge that they have now. All right, so when we're looking at extraterrestrial period, all right, the otherworldly beings will go into, they will come in these forms. All right, this is why we have Thoth dressing as the ibis, all right, the bird. All right, so that's one of the things that Thoth represents. And so they say, you know what? During Jesus' time, you're gonna see a man. They're not gonna come in form of animals anymore. That's all ancient. You understand now? And so this has to do with Enki. So you can understand the Anunnakis. So when you start studying that, you be like, oh, these are the gods. A lot of people get confused with God, the all illuminous intelligence, the heart of the divine. People get mistaken between that light, that incredible force, that love, that pureness, that light, right? Not the bright light that's gonna just blind you. Where there's a lot of different. You understand now? So a lot of people get confused between that and the God and God. Yeah. So then I ask people. So then, if God created us, who created God? And what was that thing that created God? Because something had to create God to create us. Nothing just don't come from nothing. So this is where we stuck at. So we basically between the God, science, and dogma. So we between dogma, not really knowing the truth, but are you part of the universe? Because the universe, the universe created humans, right? And there's other artificial, there's other worldly intelligence because we come from such an intelligent being that nobody knows how we got here. So we look at the antimatter, we look at these little specks, the dark energy, dark matter, and the whole universe is compromised for that. So you can be scared of that because you come from that. You know, it's in our DNA. So we look at meteor showers, we look at all kinds of interstellar vortices, the sun. We be like, wait a minute. You know, we look at the moon. The moon has only got visited one time anyway. In 1968, Buzz Aldrin. It was allowed to be visited peacefully. Okay. Yes, but we come from light, but between those two light, that's dark. So one of the demonstrations, if you follow oh, what's his name? He's the astrophysicist. He gives a representation how from that one single cell there was black in there, and the black stood at the bottom, and the white came up to the top. All right, when we look at that first antimatter, the way we got photons, devas, however our ancestors used to describe it. Now we know. Now we know protons, electrons, atoms. We know neutrons. We know more now because we got more knowledge because of the spiritual realm that they deposit. But they deposit these right in our conscious mind through instant. When you do that, sometimes you get it anywhere. Moments of insight happen when you're mostly quiet. All right. So we are light and we're dark. We just don't come from light. That's the whole thing. People think that we only light. No, we are dark. And a lot of people don't want to understand their shadow. You understand? We come from both. All right. So we always gonna have that constant war. All right, between light and dark. All right. We always want to. The only thing we could say that okay, like everything is encased in black, and in that black lives the light. All right. So yeah, you understand? So we need to learn both to separate them. No, we don't have to separate them. No, we don't. We need to learn both to separate. No, we don't separate them. It's the same thing. God is one. That's it. But that's why it's giving you to you in the Genesis, the greatest love story. When the unity divided itself, it created the first wound. So we always always gonna have that constant balance. We always gonna have the need to have the balance. All right. We are both. All right. It is out there and it is in here. It is there and it's in the same light. It's a reflection of it. All right. But it is all at the same time. It's we like to see light because that makes more sense. Oh yeah, I'm light. You're love. You're that unity. You're part of that light and that dark, which is that represents love. So when the unity divided itself, it created the greatest love. So it created the first wound, trying to find itself. So we always going to try to find here on earth because we know what that state of unity is like, that love. All right? So there's no separating it. You can't say, oh yeah, I'll just take the light. You can't. You leaving half of you behind. All right? You can't banish the shadow. You gotta transform it. You gotta change it. You could change it. You have the power to turn that into more energy. All right, but not choosing it. Okay, how do I transform this darkness about me? Okay? It's like if you step out of that light that you're from, you're still in the same, but you're not in a different light, which is dark. So darkness is another light. It's like the moon. You can't say, oh, that doesn't exist. It's there. It's part of it. If you get a telescope and you look to the universe, it's all encased in dark, and in that dark is light. So God is the dark and the light. The same thing. All right? That me and you made out of. All right? So everybody has their own perspective. Once you study more and you ask how whenever you're ready, whenever anybody's ready, start asking. Don't watch. Ask. You take that initiative in asking, and things will be revealed to you. All right? But if you don't take that initiative and if you right now reading, then that's what you're reading, and then it's your perspective. And if you start asking, it's different. Yeah, you get to you having your own experience. You came down here to have your experience. All right? Whether you chose to, a lot of people say, oh, we chose our path. We want to have the most murderous death or the worst love story. There's a lot of things that I don't really connect to. All right? Some people say, oh, we choose our path. We come back. We wait. Yeah, Sammy, let me have the worst life ever. Yeah, just to come back down here. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there because there's a lot of people that believe that. I don't know where I stand with that. So I don't, yep. But one thing I learned, I don't choose dark or light. I am both. I become that third option. I'm right in it because I'm here. I'm in the flesh. There's no flesh nowhere else. We're here, only on earth. Everything else is different in other realms and other dimensions. All right? So when you got to understand that, study, get your knowledge and just understand what you're reading. Just believe in yourself. All right? You believing in yourself makes your faith stronger in you, in your higher self. You know that you're here. You know you're up there. There's another part of you that's up there. You're just not here. Okay? And I know that's hard for people to understand. You up there too. Oh, I'm up there too. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna explain that. Through your consciousness and the higher you vibrate, all right, the more you run into different frequencies. You only operating from the frequency is just on the other side. It's right there. It's like turning a channel. If you run through this frequency on the earth, you vibrate it really, really high, and you get into that. You're gonna flip your mind into that frequency, into that energy. That's all you're doing. It's like shutting off and on the TV, but you're not aware of it because you don't understand it. Oh shit! I'm there. Through this conscious, to this luminous intelligence, to the web. It's just like if I come on here, the same thing. All right. If I want to get in here, I got to do some things, right? I got to connect. I got to set up the channel. I got to invite. This is how you connect to people. This is the same thing we're doing with the spirit realm. But in the spirit realm, it's the deposit of so many levels of consciousness and so many different deities, demigods, whoever you want to connect to. It is through a channel of information. It's just information. That's it. And it's my brain moving this conscious. Oh, I'm going to move over here. Oh, what is that? Oh, hold on. Turn it down. I can't hear that. Oh, give me this message. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And that's that's your struggle is here. All right? And so that's one thing I want to explain. So just be easy. You're just channeling things and you don't understand them. All right? Remember that you're here. This is here. But your conscious is connected to many, many other things. And this is how it operates. Here you're walking, you're talking, yay! But you got to understand that we don't only exist here, child. We exist up as above, so below, the law of correspondence. Okay, so as within, so without. So when you understand that, you break. You be like, oh shit, I know how to channel. I get it now. It won't be scary to you because there's nothing to be scared about. But if you bring all this bullshit, demons and this deity and that ghost, you freaking giving them life. You make, let them scared of that. Stop doing that. You giving them life. Yo, stop it. Stop it. You believe in you. Okay, I can step back. I got this. Now you build confidence in that. And you could go anywhere and do anything. You bend things to your will. But if you start wondering, oh my God, stop all that indoctrination, all that downloading for my informative years. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. If you have a question, go ahead. Spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. Exactly, because we're spiritual. We're just here in the flesh. When you understand that you're connected to something so intelligent, that we're dealing with such an intelligent body, our body's intelligent. Our brain is off the hook. We got the largest brains. All right? We got large brain. We know things. We know how you think we know how to know we know all these things. We got to understand we freaking incredible. And that's what I want to bring here. Listen, connect, get channeling, get it. You don't got to go to everybody. You just got to sit in stillness, relax. All right? Breathe like flowing water. Let it flow. Go, and then you'll be guided. All right? And I know you heard in the church, oh, don't be like flowing water. No. Be fluid with your energy. Okay? Be fluid. All right? You don't want to get stuck nowhere. You want to be fluid. Yeah, you use a contain. Okay, I'm gonna contain myself in a little while for now. But then continue to flow. You gotta flow with the energy. Yeah, my favorite too. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back if anybody got more questions or nobody has a question, no problem. Listen, man, you are a channeler. You already connected. All you gotta do is raise your vibration. Change your frequency. That's all you gotta change. It's like a channel. You change the channel. You don't like a TV, you change it. But when you're dealing with this, you don't understand. Oh, I'm not gonna do that because I don't understand it. Or I gotta go to church. You understand it. You're there. You're praising it. You asking. You're creating a ripple. You setting decrees. You affirming things. You enjoy. Yes, yes, yes. This is why we go on fire with the Holy Spirit, because you start getting sublime. Your divination, your booty, your intellect is divinized, and you start receiving. Oh, it's shaking and everything. The Holy Spirit, you know what they call the Holy Spirit? That illuminates intelligence, divinized. Bam! It makes you jump up. Huh? Not my read, child. Barbara Butler. Hey, Barbara. All right? Like radio waves. Tune in, but then on people. Yeah. All right. So just learn and just then teach. You know, then you're going to come, oh, wow. All right? Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Who said not my read, child? Not what Barbara Butler said. What? Not my read. Barbara, what she mean by that? Barbara got to learn. Barbara, you gonna learn. Barbara. But anyway, remember that your a lot of the consciousness is rooted on the ego being strong, and then the struggle with us is between the higher self and the ego. And the ego is your personality. You know, the things that people told you about yourself that you identify with. You know, and so that's the struggle right there. You know. So your higher self is going to be determined to drive you to your destiny. All right, it's going to drive you to your destiny, and then of course the higher self, right? It's going to manipulate the ego until you get it done. Okay, your ego is going to fight back, of course, and try to do everything my way. I put a lot of videos. I want to be putting a lot of videos on Life Path. All right, I got a lot of videos coming. I got to do all 78 cards for all 12 zodiac signs, and then I'll be done with the Life Path. So yeah, get ready for that. That's coming in the new year. So I have a lot of work to do here. And remember, you know, a lot of times it don't make sense doing things my way when I'm, you know, because it's always about aligning ourselves with the true nature, the heart, the divine, and the sacredness that we belong to, right? Because then we start defining logic. Yes, one question about that. The soul knows right, so it seems that my soul don't bend for others. With you, it's different feeling. Yeah, because you reading, you taking the time out to do the work. You at that age. You at that age. It requires a lot of on a, it requires on our age to just gain that knowledge, right, and that understanding, and then we grow in that wisdom. We learn how to discern things. You already know. You know, I think for a lot of us, we just want to hear the good things. We try to avoid, well, of course, nobody wants to have a hard life. That's not what we're here for. We're supposed to have it easy, but we're supposed to help other people. That's what's going to give us more potency for success. You see somebody, help them along the way. They're not going to steal nothing from you. What is yours is yours. All right, what happens, you know, love gets in love. You know, we want the connection, we want the relationship, we want the commitment. And sometimes it doesn't work out like that. And then we get, you know, it gets so sad, we get disappointed, you know, and we're trying to understand things, right? And we go through it. We all go through it, you know. Some of us leave home early, you know, things happen in the home, you know, just everything, all right? But remember that a healthy ego doesn't take things personally. But you know when you're being tested, you know when people trigger you, like a lot of people come on here and they get angry and they leave, but they stay. They know that it's a trigger for change. They know. And sometimes they run from it because they're not ready yet. And so I understand that, all right? All right? So remember that your ego is a beautiful instrument. It's elegant. It's magnificent. Okay? And if you tune into the right frequency, you start listening to it. So when I trigger people, they're not ready to change. They want to stay. I know, because I did it for years. All right? I did it for years. You would have told me, what? When you don't understand something, either you make fun of it or you run away from it. But if you surround yourself with positive people, if you free yourself from negative emotions that are not yours, if you learn how to cut the cords, it just requires time. When you have enough, when you keep getting back into the same situation, God, the divine, is going to try to teach you something, okay? Because you're connected. It's not you. You're connected to so many other things, to this field of intelligence. So protect your energy from draining people. Just learn how to do things. But here, we in denial, in defensive, or in avoidance. All right? And that stems from the unconscious mind. All right? Because we told you just to use your conscious mind. You know, we don't listen to our intuition because if you haven't had a lot of experience, you're not going to know what your intuition is telling you. And a lot of young girls that come through, they don't understand their intuition because they haven't had that experience. They had like one boyfriend or two boyfriends. They're not going to know what you're in. Oh, what? You know, if it's something new, they're not going to know because they're so used to the old. So your subconscious mind, that's your boyfriend. So the perfect partner doesn't exist. All right. We create these things. Okay. The perfect partner, because then you were like, oh, I thought they loved me. They turn, you know, they mean or they really good. They both. You're just seeing the good, you know. They haven't really shown you, you know, and this is when you start to heal. So anyway, when you're finally ready to heal and you create this biggest positive paradigm shift, you know, in your life, because it has to happen from your beliefs, right? You begin to see everyone as your guide, especially those who trigger you, because everyone ultimately has something to teach you. So if you're humble enough to learn, all right, then we got to look at ethics and morals. Then I've been doing it wrong. Thank God you got a chance. Remember that you get tested the most when it's time for you to elevate. So don't break. Don't break. Don't break. It's about the magic, okay? So remember, observe, don't absorb, all right? You're going to start seeing a lot of magic. You're going to start seeing a lot of breakthroughs. So if you've been struggling with yourself, to love yourself, if you've been loving others, if you haven't have the strength, the courage, if you have been hesitate, okay, if you've been going through these fears, if you've been constrained, use the constraints for creativity. This is what we get the devil, the constraints of it. All right, not the other thing that people speak about, and I'm going to speak about that because then that turns into a whole novel. All right, but what I just said about stillness, and sometimes it might look dark and scary at first, but sometimes that's the key to getting to the truth, and to the escape that we really need. I had some click by my ear 42 weeks ago. Everything goes so fast and learning every week. Yeah. In healing, seeing things in people, not hearing a tune frequency. Yeah. Yeah, it changes. Is my life. I live myself totally, child. The devil is a liar. I live my life self totally. Okay, whatever you define as the devil, that whatever you define as the devil is the devil represents, from my understanding, you have your own definition because of your beliefs. I'm not here to argue with you. Anybody that comes to harm you, anybody comes to harm you, that is your adversary, that is your devil. Anybody that comes to challenge your beliefs, that ain't gonna see that say devil. A lot of people come in here talking about Jesus, not understanding what Jesus represents. That is my enemy. Anybody that causes a threat against you, anybody that do anything malicious with bad intentions, anybody that's gonna come, of course, hurt you. All right. Love myself and need drama less today. Good for you. I live myself today, child. The devil's a lie. Exactly. All right. So really to understand, the devil's energy. It's good and it's bad. All right. Depending how you deal with the energy. Okay. So because the devil's gonna really teach you something about yourself. All right, and it's all about our discernment. Okay, so we could judge things well. We gotta understand, the patterns. A lot of times we put ourselves in situations and then we blame it on the devil. The devil made me. No, the devil came to teach you something. All right. So you simplify. If you start to simply empower yourself, right? Because if you're empathetic, you work on your sensitive. That is a strength. That is you becoming more assertive and setting healthy, normal boundaries. All right. So if you're ambitious, tenacious, and driven and focused, those are your strengths. All right. Then you start being a little bit more empathetic. You got to do a little bit of both. Anyone that likes is the devil. Okay. Anyone you rebel is the devil. YouTube is the devil. Then you shouldn't be on YouTube, Miss Barbara Butler. You should detach from any social media platforms. You do yourself a favor. You simplify your life. That's what you do. Okay. If you don't like the social media, that you know what it is that you feed. You don't watch. You absorb. And because you've been indoctrinated and told all this stuff without really understanding the cycle of life, all right, and the things that people do really, really bad things because they lack awareness because they're not ripened, all right. Agree with why you on YouTube exactly. She's contradicting. This is what we do. We don't like it, so this is hating and loving something at the same time. You got to make a choice. You got to make a decision. All right, it's like a job. Do you love and hate your job? Yeah. We could love and hate. Can we cry and laugh at the same time? Yeah. Yes. We could laugh and cry at the same time. We could cry 1 minute, the next minute we laughing. Whoa, why they laughing? Why they cry? They crazy? No, that's an emotion. All right? Yes, you will get off and tell about everything. And so, just learn how to empower yourself. And so when we say to ourselves, oh, I'm not contradicting, you contradict yourself every day. I love my job, but I hate it. But how can you love your job and hate it? It's just our dual nature. It is in our dual nature. Period. And you need to learn how to embrace duality because you care about what people think on social media. And when you don't understand things, because you got to educate yourself, see? All right? And if you care about what other people think, you're going to be their prisoner. So I'm reading a lot from Lao Tzu. So if you're depressed, you're living too much in the past. If you're anxious, you're too far in the future. But in the present, you're living in peace. There's no worries. You're mindful, you're present, you're engaging, you're taking accountability instead of blaming it on somebody else. If you know that you're dating this person, you're picking up the same energy, dating the same people, then you got to blame yourself if you haven't taught yourself anything. All right? You should be enjoying the fruits of your labor, engaging, taking accountability, being mindful, right? But if you're depressed, if you're living in the past, anxious, too far in the future. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is a treasure. Practice is the key, okay? What the caterpillar calls what? The end. The rest of the world calls the butterfly. All right? And remember that the best fighter is never angry. To know thyself, because he who knows others is wise. But if you know yourself, you are enlightened, okay? Attain knowledge, you what? You add things, and to attain wisdom, you remove things. How many things you got cluttered up in your house that you're not using? You know you don't need it. Give it away. When you get older, you detach from things. You all right? So when you be mindful, that's a meditation where you focus on being intensely aware what you're doing, what you're sensing, what you're feeling in this moment. All right? When we're not practicing mindfulness, which of course it involves breathing methods, guided imagery, all right, another practice to relax your body and your mind to help you reduce stress, so you don't have to worry about the devil. All right, you get caught up in that devil thing, not really understanding. It does two things, okay? And so when you really understand, oh, the devil, there's the devil. Everybody's so overrated. It's just like the narcissist, and I gotta stop people right there. Oh, go learn what does it really mean, because you could help somebody. All right. No, that just could be something, something that I don't really pay a lot of attention to because people are not really aware of their existence here. Hey, like some people say, hey, you asked to come here. There's something that you haven't learned. All right? And so I'm just here to share some knowledge. All right? So make sure that you in tune with purpose, whatever your goals are, whatever your intentions are, whatever you're trying to do here. Because if I'm giving you some cards, they are powerful. They're going to offer you inspiration, guidance. At the end of the day, they're going to help you connect to your intuition so you can gain clarity on a situation. They're going to help you reflect on personal growth, all right? So you can get a deeper understanding, all right? And so if you don't really understand that, then that is on you. But at the end of the day, what you could do, if you couldn't do anything, is to help as many people as you can while you help yourself. That's going to give you momentum of success. That's going to help you focus on helping yourself or help others. So you can help somebody, help them, and that doubles your potency. So remember, okay, when you move yourself up the ladder, push into the front, more people you can help along the way. Do that. And when you come in here, you make sure you come in good, because I am in contact. I am, all right, connected to the 10 G's, baby. You got to understand, all right? I have a beautiful support team, all right? Not only with my higher self, which I love me at that higher state of consciousness and becoming more aware, all right? But I have a great spiritual support from my highest good here, all right? They're always with me and assist me, all right? And so when you are tuned to the highest vibrations that the universe could offer, when you channel the divine heart, the energy that flows through me effortlessly, by the way, all right, to bring clarity and unity to peace, to help you feel safe, know that you're safe and protected in this world, all right? So I'm not this empath trying to fix anyone or change anybody, all right? I do honor my sensitive nature, and I don't take anything personally, okay? My energy is my priority at the end of the day, and self-care, all right? So I say no. I set healthy boundaries. I don't lose sleep. I don't like anything, okay? So learn how to create boundaries. Let me see. I sent her some songs. Search this light of mine. Yeah, this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine, all right? So remember that perfectionism is the what? Is the fear of being criticized. So you want to be perfect? Oh, I'm scared to be criticized. There's no perfection, all right? Remember that discomfort is the wise teacher, all right? When you when you wish good for others in the new year to come, all right, it comes back to you. So remember that. You remember that comparison kills your creativity. And remember that no tree, like you see the one there, no tree, it is said to that can grow to heaven unless it's been reached down to hell. All right. You're not a stranger here. Okay. You're connected to everything that's around you. All right. And one more thing, don't take my spirituality for weakness. All right. I'm heavily meditated, chakra aligned, third wide open, baby. And I connect to source all day. All right. So step up in here. And then yeah, affirmations, which I'm gonna be doing, those are serving for you as not only a tool but a transformative instrument that you could use as a tool, an instrument that's gonna help you reshape your subconscious mind and align yourself with vibrational frequency with your desires. Remember that you are in vibration, right? Communicating your intentions to the universe, affirm your goals, all right, and remain steadfast in the energy without unwavering faith, meaning that you're not going to take it back, all right? But remember that the universe is supporting you, guiding you. There's abundance there, all right? Paving the way for our aspirations to materialize, all right? Remember that your subconscious mind, though it's silent, profoundly influence our thoughts and actions, though it regulates affirmations and our goals and our core beliefs. All right. So once you start reprogramming your subconscious mind, you're gonna start to replace limited beliefs with empowering. Okay. I'm capable. I'm resilient. I conquer. I challenge this effortlessly. All right. You're strong in what you do. Yeah. And remember one thing to remember, because we told you to live consciously. All right. And so when we live consciously, we of course we're gonna learn life firsthand, and that's great. And we live in the moment, or we live, we do a little bit of both, right? But when we do that, we gravitate to trouble, confrontational. I mean, we cannot run away from confrontation because we don't want the battle, but want to choose our words. You understand me? So remember that your subconscious mind, it records everything. It is always alert and awake. It controls 95% of our lives. It is built on habitation. It speaks to you in your dreams. It has no verbal language. Everything is a vibration, a feeling. You sense it. All right. It takes everything literally. So this is why when we watch, we take things literally. So be mindful of that. Oh, I'm taking things literally. So let's say somebody made you a promise. How you make a big deal out of it? Oh, I didn't even want to make a big deal out of it, because you don't know that your subconscious mind takes things literally. Somebody promised you something. Now they can make it. Now you already subconscious. Your subconscious mind took things literally. Huh? All right, sweetie. All right, see you later. All right, I'm going to continue to read. Have a blessed day, sweetie. Thank you. All right, and remember that it can do trillions of things at once. It is not logical. It is the feeling mind. It is 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. So why is stillness so important? All right, you don't have to wait till you get into a disaster. You could start doing that little by little. Whether you're trying to manifest money, house, car, love, clothes, jewelry, how to create paradigm shifts in your life. All right, how to get your day started. Affirmations, journaling, reading, listen, dance. You just don't want to sit there or stand or whatever and think about it all day, and then boom, it's there. You have to have faith and belief in some kind of action behind that thought. All right, action steps. All right, creating new pathways. And so yeah, all right, and yeah, so if you get stuck in a cycle, right? Because one of the things about setting intention, because it's like you don't cleanse your memory, right? You don't want to be influenced by your genetics, all right? Because if you're influenced by your genetics, you're just going to become a cyclical process. You will not go anywhere, okay? So that's really good to practice the yogic practices, especially fundamentally, all right? It's a system. So when you look at the prana, the life, the all that beautiful energy, that life force, you breathing all that in, you're connected. So it's very important as you move into the new year, all right, to start doing some kind of energy work on yourself, all right? Drink a lot of water, read music, sunlight, nourishing food, fresh air, all right? Exercise, friends and family, laughter, creativity, cuddle with your pet, right? Self-care, journal, meditation, set intentions, visualization, sleep, all right? Stop overthinking, pleasing people, all right? Setting unrealistic goals, screen, social media, clutter, okay? Being unclear, sloppy, dehydration, boundaries, pattern, alcohol, drinking, depending, negativity, going without rest, and inconsistent sleep. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself for the new year. You want to see changes. You got to put the intention. You got to be intentional, all right? There are techniques. There are a lot of energies. I'm going to give one morning ritual, all right? So in the morning, drink water, then shower and bathe. All right? If you want to attract abundance for that day, write down the 5 things that you're grateful for, okay? Mindfully inhale, exhale, and take 5 deep breaths. To ignite clarity and creativity, burn candles, incense, and oils. All right. Meditate 10-30 minutes a day, which is really good. Be open to change. Okay. Stretch your body, do some yoga, do some dance. All right. Manifestation, of course, it requires intentions, thoughts. All right. Write down your goals for that day or for the month that you want to see. All right. You got to create those ripples. You got to send that energy out. You got to speak it. You got to write it. Okay. Go in nature. Connect there in nature. This is where you become a granddaughter. Take a nice hot bath. You just got to do what you have to do if you have the time. Little simple things that don't get in the way. If you could take an hour, for the people that have children, it's probably gonna become a little bit harder. All right, learn what you need to remove from your life to create space for more. One of the things about having balance is learning how to replace. If you keep stuck on the same thing, you got to learn how to replace things. Put more things that make you happy, and take things away. Take this. Oh, I'm going to take that away. I'm going to put more every month, at least every month. Let me take this out. I don't need this anymore. Let's say that let's say you're around a person. More things that drain you is people. You know what? I'm not gonna. That friend is not bringing. Oh, I learned a lesson. All right, I'm gonna talk to them maybe once. If you're talking to a friend a lot, all right, I'm gonna talk to them twice a week. All right, replace that, and then that time that you talk on the phone 4 or 5 hours doing nothing, take that time for you. All right, that's setting boundaries. Little boundaries like that. Okay. And for the people that love to break hearts, don't break a heart and then tell it to love. Okay. Don't break a soul and then tell it to be happy. Don't see the worst in a person and expect them to see the best in you. Okay. Don't judge people and expect them to stand by your side. Don't play with the fire and expect to stay perfectly safe. Life is about giving and receiving. You cannot expect to give bad and receive good. You cannot expect to give good and receive bad. Okay? Remember that you're loved, you appreciate it. All right? And the more, the more you learn, all right, your boundaries, that's important. All right? Remember that the past can be changed. Making mistakes is a part of life. All right? Kindness is free. Saying no is okay. Okay? Beauty and strength come from within. It's not in the way they look. All right? Small steps in all your projects. Tomorrow is a new day. Remember that tomorrow is going to come. And remember money. Okay? Money is all about, it's actually flowing of spiritual energy. All right? So set affirmations. If you want to transform yourself, you want to reshape in your subconscious mind, which is a little recorder that takes everything literally. All right? And remember, yeah. So just remember who you are. Remember that you're loved, you're capable, and just don't break nobody's heart and expect them to be happy. Remember, if you do it to somebody, it's gonna be done to you. And as you move forward, I'm gonna just this channel is gonna go in a new direction. All right, so it's gonna be about because it's only a lot of it slowly depend on the questions that I get asked you about love. All right, don't run. You're running from the same thing that you are trying to avoid. So confront that. Confront. Use the right words. How to use the right words. If you don't have them, I'll help you with those words. All right. Simplify your life. All right. Sit in meditation. So when you're finally ready to heal, all right, you create the biggest positive paradigm shifts in your life. All right. Remember that everyone is gonna come to test you. So especially those that trigger you. So it's like you don't want to get into a fight with somebody because man, you haven't grown, man. You must grow. You must heal. Have fun. Explore. Date. Be mindful. Most importantly, so you can become aware what you're sensing. Because a lot of times we get with that person and we know we already did it. We get caught up with the excitement, the infatuation. We're mistaking excitement and infatuation for love. All right, for a good time. It's just a good time. That's all it is. All right, so that's what I want to bring you guys. This channel is going to move forward. I'm still going to be doing these questions, but based on that, based on all the information that I have gathered in the last couple of months, I'm going to move forward with just a lot of affirmation for you guys and a lot of prayers and a lot of for you to learn, show you how to create, decrease, what to burn, what to cut, what to destroy. All right. And so these lives that are going to move forward, it's going to be based on those things. So you can have a happy, healthy rest of your year. You got to learn how to create. You are creators here, you are storytellers. And so you got to understand that you have a story to tell. So you don't get brought back to the same scenario, the same situation. All right. Not being scared to be alone for a little while. It's just like if you date a married person, you're going to cheat yourself from having, because you're going to have to pay it back. You know that you deserve more. You're going to pay that back 10 times. Then you're at risk of being alone. All right. So don't think that you're not gonna get away with nothing. You're just not gonna be like, you gotta have a little more self-respect. And what I mean by self-respect, right, your self-worth. That's more important, to make sure that you take care of that. And if you don't, then you're gonna suffer the consequences. So a lot of the people that I get here, when they're coming back, if you're dealing with a married man, they're not leaving their spouse. All right. And so you really got to just really embrace something new. Give the universe an opportunity. First, you got to pay your karma. It's got to be done to you. So let's say that you was dating a married man. All right. Hi, Cash Car. Let's say that you was dating a married man, and now you get rid of him and you go date somebody else, knowing that they're gonna do it to you, knowing that that's coming, You might stay with the person, but knowing that you're gonna have to have that experience. And then what do you do after that? Then you might stay with the person and move on with them and be happy, but knowing that's gonna happen to you. I'm telling you because it happened to me. It happened to me, and if I wish I knew the stuff that I'm telling you now. It happened to me, chocolate. It happened to me, and my goodness. And then sometimes, they cheated on me. But who you was with before you met this great person, you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like. No, they cheat. Are you gonna stay with them? I don't know, because I'm hurt. Well, that you deal with the pain. All right. And so not knowing that you learn a lesson. Oh, you gotta go back. Oh, that's right. I cheated. I asked this young girl one time. She was young. She was only, I think she was like 16 at the time. She's like 24 now. 24, 25, wait, 24? And I had a conversation with her a couple of summers ago. 2 summers ago, by the way. And I said, let me guess, you dated this person. It was an Aries. And then you cheated on the person with another guy. And then you thought you were going to take her with this guy and run off. And you learned a lesson. She was shocked. She was like, oh, wow, that's what I went through. I said, yeah. Because now you're learning the lesson. You thought you was going to run off into the sunset. That's not how it works. All right? Sometimes it's just quick. It's just quick like that. You're going to learn a lesson. They're going to give you a really hard time. And do you stick it by however long you cheated on this person, that's how long it's going to last into your life. Unless you start doing the cleansing your karma. If you start cleansing your karma, it's not going to affect you that much. You start doing things, giving to your community, helping other people. This is how you can alleviate your karma, because you got to pay back. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So that's why if you're not doing none of that, you're going to be, everything's going to be great. No, you got to clean your karma. You're cleansing it. All right. You're cleansing the memory, the genetics. You're replacing that. You're doing more better. This is why a lot of people say, oh, why people do bad things and still good things happen to them. All right. That's one of the people. Oh, they're so mean and they're still alive. Well, don't worry. They're going to get their lesson. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to learn. All right. So we focus on that. Damn, why bad people? They got all this stuff, or, because you don't know what they do in private. You don't know if they're helping out other people. You don't know why bad people succeed. Like I think that's one of the questions that really takes a lot of people, But anyway, focus on your growth. Call back your energy. All right. Call back your power, your magic. And all your abundance for more lifetime, timelines, realms, dimensions, people, places, and things. All right. Anything that has been taken from you, retrieve. Okay. I'm going in 2 hours here. Okay. And it must be cleansed and healed and returned to you immediately. With that being said, I am signing it out. I thank you guys so much. And so, yeah, so that's how I'm moving forward in this channel. Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. See you guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna just do some angels. All right, the angelic realm, this most incredible energy that comes through. Oof. We're so blessed to have this, and you guys have no idea how incredible it is. So I just can't wait to see. Remember, I'm reading energy, but it's the message behind it. All right. Can you pull how long you been let me see. Can you please pull a card for me? What kind of card do you like? You want a C? You gotta come on. I was almost out of here. Or you want a tarot? What is it? What do you want? Guidance? See, when you come in here, you gotta understand a lot of this is going in guidance, inspiration, motivation, or just a warning and advice. So you gotta make sure like this is one of the things that it does. So what it is? You want me to see me while you're going because there's gonna be a breakup, a job, those two things. I don't like to talk a lot about children. And I don't really do a lot of family and children here. All right, and there's some reasons why, and so I just mostly concentrate on you. If you're loving, if you take care of your children, I see everybody's a loving, warm parent. But you know, just making sure that you're good so you take good care of yourself because you benefit. The way you take care of yourself, it benefit your children if you have children, or the children that are gonna come to your life. They gotta make sure that they got a good parent that is emotionally, mentally, physically healthy, all right, and spiritually in tune. All right. That doesn't happen to the later years. You got to make sure this is one of the reasons why I do this. You want just a general motivational, your general outlook. A lot of times I get a general outlook. It's just going to lead you into the general outlook is just take things slow, go at a deliberate pace, don't rush things. We want, like I just discussed, the person and why stillness is important. All right. And when it feels like, oh, it's so slow, it's for a reason. You're going through a season. All right, you're going through a season. One more. So what are you going through? Receive. May you receive. May you know you are worthy of a gift, of the gift. There's a gift here. And there is imagine. May you look beyond what can be seen. There's a gift here. All right. And so, we just finished the Christmas holiday. Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas? Let me shut off this. What I was saying, let me shut off my angels because I want to save some of them. I want to save some of the energy. All right, guys. I got to keep it going for tomorrow. I don't play with my angels. Hey, Tina. You share gifts? Tina, hi. Can you pull a card for me? I was about to leave. Thank you. You're right on track. So what I was telling you about. Not really, but we do share gifts. Okay? So you didn't do Christmas. You don't do Christmas? Tina. Hey, Tina. All right. So you got to receive. May you know you are worthy of the gift. All right? This is for Haskar 4, 5, 4, 6. Imagine, may you look beyond what can be seen. So this is telling me, we look at the beautiful coral reefs and the aquatic animals, the sponges that made these structures, right? So here what I get from this. I'm only looking at that because, right, that represents what's hidden under the surface, right? The unknown, the waters, the mystery. So your life is it's a mystery. But there's a structure here, all right? There's discipline because you got to remember, structure is all about making the beds, cooking food, taking care, making sure that in order for us to have a more structured life, we need to learn, because this is the things that we learn how to do. That's what structure represents, right? We make the beds, we cook, we clean, we very domesticated like that, all right? So how, right? All right, so you got that. So what it is that, what it is that you're looking for, the mysteries of life, like what is it? All right? I didn't pull any tarot, but because these are, may you see the sublime in the everyday. What are you? Are you a Taurus? Are you a Taurus or Libra? I got water, but we gotta remember that Venus was born from a form of the sea, and this is like a one of those creatures, those mythological, right? So this gives me a lot of water, earth. I wanted to get a card from you. Oh, you're an Aquarius. I would never guess this. I would never guess this Aquarius. I got like such a Taurian, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio kind of, especially with this. But this is like a Taurian energy. All right, for me. So the sublimation here represents something that's awe-inspiring, beautiful, grandiose, alluring. Wow. To be in awe, to be inspired, that grandiose kind of energy. Wanted to get a card for the new year. So I'm gonna give you one for a new year. I think Aquarius got accept, and now you got receive. So if you receive, you got to understand the forces of nature, the duality. To embrace duality means that if you receive, you got to expect to give. If you give, the more you give, so understanding the law of not only correspondence, as above so below, whatever I bind in heaven, I bind it here. That goes with the law of correspondence, but that over correlates with the law of action, which everything needs to align action, and then we go move on and on to the 12 laws. So when we really understand not just one law or the law of attraction or the law of cause and effect, we want to understand. Like I want to help you understand all of them. So when you watch, you say, "Oh, everything is aligning. The only thing I need is to go ahead and get feminine or masculine because I'm operating from one. And if I want to get this going, I got to learn how to embrace both my masculine and feminine. So I got to let them get, as close as you can, right? So the sublimation happens. I think in a Capricorn, Venus is there. All right. So I'm going to give you a card for Aquarian. All right. Because to be sublimated, sublime, in the everyday, may you see the sublime, the beauty, meaning something so grandiose, beautiful. It's like looking at the depths of the ocean. Wow. That's how you got to look at life. You come from this, right? We wore those little tiny sponges. This is one of the levels of consciousness. Through that feel, we start to understand. Wow, I can't really understand because we can explain it with mathematics because mathematics is evolved because of the consciousness. So it's incredible. If I see life, wow, no matter what you're going through, this is what it's telling you. This is awe, this is beauty, this is sublime, right? Sublime, which means grandiose, made beautiful, whole. All right? So you have to have that. Can you please read the all card again? All right? So may you see the sublime in every day. Every day, right? To see this beauty. You understand? Hey, Genevieve. Hey, from Norway. Hey, Izzy. May I get a card? Thank you. Hey, ladies. So understanding the law of correspondence and the law of, well, if you understand the balance of giving and receiving, right? The abundance and response to abundance. You understand? So you see life like that, no matter what's going on, right? I mean, there's some things that doesn't, because look, you got balance here at the bottom. May you find the equilibrium in motion, all right? Emotion. So the equilibrium in motion, how to have that perfect balance between life, home, work. This is like the queen. She might show up, all right? And so being authoritarian and kind. If I'm in a position of authority, how do I be kind without coming off like a jerk? You know what I mean? A lot of times we are held by so many responsibilities, right? And we're so burdened by them that we come, I want to have fun. How to still have fun, how to keep that balance. It's all about because we can never achieve total equilibrium, but you got to replace things. This is one of the things about balance. You take the things that are not really making you happy, you replace them. People, places, and things, and you add new things. Every month you should be adding new things. All right? That's it. It's adding and taking. All right? And so I want to teach a little bit about wisdom and so let's go ahead. Let's give you a tarot card. If you talk to your friend, I don't know how old you is, on the phone a lot, then you say, nah, you know what? I'm not going to talk to that friend no more that like that. This is cutting some of the cords. I'm going to go ahead and take that hour and I'm going to do something for myself. It's so easy. You know how much power you have connected to your higher self? Man, it's incredible. Man, I can't talk to you. And then, I do a lot, and in the afternoon, I just chillax. Yo, chilling, But you have to spend time with the only person that's really going to help you. She's the only person that's really going to help you is you at your highest. At your lowest, you're going to fight, you're going to worry, you're going to do everything. You got to remember that. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. People don't understand how important we truly, really are to connect with our higher self. We have to do that. You're the only person that you really should be dependent and counting on. Because if you tell your higher self, right here, I'm going to go right here. All right? The devil. And there she goes. There she goes. Look, right there. So there are things that are restricting you. All right? I did the whole devil thing. So we got to understand our creativity and the constraints of creativity. You're going to use that because you want to think outside the box. So there are limitations here. There are restrictions here, right? And this is a laser focus. I'm here focusing on growth, money, my own business, right? Whether you work at a farm, you live in a farm, all right? Whether you're trying to grow your own fruits, right? People don't like to see the devil, but they don't really understand it. When you lack that awareness and you stay stuck in that ignorance, all right? The live. We are here, we live, all right? So what is the Queen of Swords all about? Because this is discipline. All right. This is all about discipline, structure. All right. Like I was just saying, how do I be authority? How do I have the balance? I was just telling you that between kind and authoritarian, because this could come off mean. Anybody that's going to cause you harm is going to look like the devil. Anybody that's going to come to malicious intention against you, they're going to see as the devil. So I'm not going to separate that. This chain is only strong as its weakest link. All right. So there's some restrictions, there's some limitations here. All right? So I'm going to leave that there. So this person represents, I got to do what I have to do, men or women, to protect the ones that I love, to nurture, to take care of them. All right? And sometimes that's being a disciplinary. If we take the role of the father, let's say that you don't have your father or you didn't grow up with a father or a father figure here, right? You have to become, I know this energy because I live this energy. All right? I had to become not only the authority, all right, for a male, I'm using on my masculine. I don't have time for me. And if this makes you mean, that makes you mean. All right, you're not doing nothing malicious to hurt nobody. Women, we get in this position and we use too much of our masculine energy, and then we become so discontent. We become so we disassociate ourselves. All right, your dad passed away when I was young. Okay, so. All right. I'm sorry to hear that. So anyway, you asked me for one card. I just wanted to see a little bit more because this is the one. Remember that the queens, they represent our leadership. They represent our expertise. They represent the balance. Because this is all about the balance between work and home. How to have that balance and how to have my time for me. Understand? She's a leader. You understand me? So when you get the Queen of Swords and any kings and queens, that's what it's telling you most of the time. Because again, this is all about maybe making your day lighter, mental stimulation. How do I boost my mental and my mood so I can engage in activities that spark my curiosity? All right, and then I could start making. If it comes to your finances, smart choices. All right, and opportunities that come through conversations. So it's basically telling you stay open, but avoid rushing. Review details before committing. Before you commit. That's what it's telling you. Before you commit. All right? But at the end of the day, the overall energy for you is going to carry today refusing to speak. Right? Today's like energy that I'm refusing to speak for somebody, or somebody's going to speak on my behalf. All right? You might feel your mind sharper, your intuition stronger. All right? And it's telling you to be more open to unconventional ideas that are not these, because this is not unconventional. If you look at cosmic energy, the spiritual cosmic energy, all right, that prana, the life force that we connected to, that we understand that's unconventional. All right? So breaking out of the routines. All right? So this is all about what? My ideas, the things that I think. So expect sudden insights, shifts in your perspectives that will help you become more what? Okay? More free. more free from something that is felt unlimited. All right. So this is all about pulling you towards innovation. A great day to create new ideas, to prompt new ideas, to explore different approaches, to rethink, to collaborate, to flow more freely. So that's what it's basically telling you. All right. Maybe somebody that you know, maybe there's something here that because she represents conversation, stimulation. All right. That's it. That's what I got. I hope that you really understand this energy. But when you limit yourself, when you limit, you're gonna miss the message here. All right, because we so caught up with a lot of she's straightforward and she got to remember that she has to have that heart and mind coherence. You have to have it because when we shoot out in our consciousness, we say the most craziest things. Please let somebody come and say something to me. I wanna get, and that gets you in trouble. We gotta choose our words. But may your words be of kind yet firm. All right, strong yet of love. You understand me? May they land. All right. So be between authoritarian gravity, and all that common energy. All right, it's in the stillness. So understand what the Queen of Swords has to offer you. All right, she's not only that sharp, she's level-headed, she's strong, she's a very good judge of character. All right, and so you have brilliance there. All right, so you could be entering this phase where your expertise grows. Other probably people begin to trust you. All right, so understand, show the people what you could do, present an idea, ask for feedback, join forces with supportive people. I mean, I could take you on and on and on and on and on. You got to learn how to give yourself permission. All right. Put yourself on first, even if it seems, let's say, you're not doing nothing malicious, even if it seems selfish. All right. Put yourself on schedule first, and then life's chores. Gives yourself permission to honor your own needs for rest, exercise, recreation. Because when you put yourself first on the list, all right, it's not selfish. Everyone is going to benefit from it. You understand me? Simplify your life. Identify the things that are draining you. Replace them with people, activities, and things that spark joy and that will enhance your life balance. You got it? Learn to say no without this critical skill. Your time and your life will not be your own. You're always going to feel dragged down by the constraints of life. But then I use the constraints. Listen, constraints are great. You'll be more creative because you're in this small space. This is given to us. So we could, wow, right? Man, you could turn anything. Oh, boy. Your creativity will spark. It's like that chain and command. Boom, boom, boom. So you'll be able to go ahead and run through these frequencies. And the more you raise your vibration, the higher you go, And so it's like the whole ball and chain. There's restrictions, there's limitations, but those are there. Those are placed there to give you the successes and the fruits of your current. So if you're not enjoying the current fruits of your current labor, what are you doing? Are you growing that creativity? Are you using those constraints to help you grow, to evolve? You understand me? Hey, German chocolate for relaxing music. All right, you're welcome. Listen, you come in here, you're going to get maybe a little bit more when that Queen of Swords come out because that carries a beautiful, refreshing spark of energy. You might start feeling sharper, better, stronger. Then what I do? Wow, I understand things. And other days you might not. Oh, man, what's going on? All right. So remember, she's not only level-headed, she's calm in her approach. She got that heart and mind balance. All right, that grounded energy. All right. She doesn't deal a lot with the emotions, how to have that heart and mind, all right? And how to embrace more of your feminine side. What helps you evolve? What helps you shine? Don't leave things up in the air, all right? I got to go. You guys came in at the end. Can you see anything in the cards? I don't have a contact. I'm so sorry, guys. I got to go. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, Genevieve. Thank you, the ones that came to the live. I was supposed to leave, but then when she came to ask me, little by little, it doesn't happen right away. We don't get it right away. We don't. We like, all right, you just got to build confidence. You're building a little more. Every day you build more and more. And if not, you pray, you connect, you ask for the guidance, you ask for it. Hey, I need some help down here. All right? All right, I get on again maybe tomorrow for the archangels. That's my special, most significant time. Is there a routine? Well, not now because I am not working now. I don't go back to work to the 5th. So yeah, and I'm doing a lot of other things. Okay, so no, that's not a routine. Love your energy and love your spirit. Love yours too. All right, knowing that you deserve the best. You just got people. We got to know how to put ourselves first and identify the activities that give us a lot of energy. All right, be sure that they are aligning in schedule with you with the things that you have going on. If you put your activities right with your schedule, the fatigue is gonna go away. You're not gonna feel like, oh, no more. Surround yourself with high quality relationships. Seek relationships that support and challenge and encourage you to be balanced. If you got people taking, you gotta say, man, I gotta surround myself with people that help me keep balance, man. We gotta help each other out here. Then you can't take, give. See, it don't work like that. We gotta hey ho. All right. Even if you're not in that financial situation, because that's one thing a lot of security runs deep. Even if we're not taking care of all the finances on our own, all right, we got to know how to speak up and say, listen, stop leaving things up in the air. Just speak up. All right? Remember, learn to say no without this critical skill. Your time and your life won't be your own. I guarantee you that. And you just, oh, wow. It's okay. You're not going to lose people. You're not going to lose love. You're going to lose drain, and you're so used to it. And sometimes it's hard, because we get caught up in the moment, you know. We just get caught in the moment. It's okay, sometimes, but when we can recognize the pattern, you don't gotta stop talking to people and not be friends. You just start disconnected, just move a little different, that's all. You know? Don't allow yourself to think that you're trapped, okay? Especially if you got debt. So, face the pain of your situation and make plans to put your financial, your situation, your friendship, whatever you're going through, right? I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next live. But please make sure you watch your archangel. It's just a quick message. All right? Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Love you guys. Bye bye.